That's
In
awesome.
case you two, and I want to ask you guys this. I'm sorry, I know it's not my show, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh no.
If this is your time slot on our
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
you're good.
exactly.
Tell me there hasn't been different times in your life as Star Wars fans. Mike, I know you're relatively newer to Star Wars, but like Nick, I'm sure you know this as well. Like throughout your life, Star Wars, you can convey to friends who love Star Wars your feelings or your emotions that you're going through in life just by saying, "I really want to watch like Empire," or "I really want to watch." Like they describe what you're going through at the time.
I mean, this is gonna be weird, but like it'll make sense. So Star Wars is like almost, you know how you can associate things with like smells, like memories with different smells or tastes and stuff. It's like a sense. It's like the sixth sense, because you could watch Empire and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm just like remembering this moment I had with like a friend watching it. I remember being a child, you know, in my bedroom watching it, going to sleep, just whatever. Like it's just, it's a time capsule.
Yeah,
it
it's
brings
amazing
back memories.
To be able to look and go, oh yeah, during this viewing of Return of the Jedi, now I'm remembering 5 different phases in my life.
Yeah,
in one movie.
Because you don't just watch it like every 10 years. Like you've watched this movie many times in important times in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's just the beautiful thing about movies in general. Like just the whole art form of film. Like I don't know. They can leave a lasting impact outside of just, oh wow, that was a cool story, or oh wow, that looked really cool. It's the same with music. Like it captures something, a moment in your life, a moment like you guys are talking about with a group of friends, and it just is that thing that sparks that memory, right? Excuse me. But like I'm learning that as a dad now with my oldest daughter is 6, and like she loves watching movies. She loves going to the theater and stuff. And like just the like bonding moments we've had watching like some of her favorite kids movies, even like, I don't know. It's just while I'm saying all that, because while I haven't been a fan of Star Wars for as long as you guys, like I totally understand what you're talking about. Just from like different movies. So like I can totally relate with what you guys are going with here for sure.
That's the beauty of Star Wars, though. I know so many people who didn't come into it until much later in life, and you're welcomed. It doesn't matter. If you get it as soon as you see it. Star Wars fans aren't going to be like, well, you didn't grow up with it. We're going to be like, yeah, welcome to the club, man. Like, you're
yeah, have you seen this, or have you read this?
Yep.
Or yeah,
that's what it becomes.
I probably took a little extra time and was like, all right, Mike, this is the couple options you have to going through all of this. And I tailored it. I thought about it just like as he talked about. I'm like, and there's just moments where I was like, actually, no, stop that, do this, because like it's just gonna work. And that was a lot of fun for me, just, you know, welcoming someone else into it and just like helping them through it, because it is a lot.
No. It's a lot, and it's also very exciting when you get to do that. That was always one of my favorite things to do, was actually get to meet people and be like, oh, you've never seen Star Wars? All right.
Follow me, friend.
Yeah, please join me for this day.
I'll never forget in high school, we loved it. One of the co-hosts on the show, Lenny, on BTB podcast, Lenny and I, we were Star Wars geeks. We got beat up for it. And there was one guy we were friends with who had never seen them. And all through high school, I even knew the kid like in grammar school, like he would just rip us apart. Like, why do you like that stuff with the space wizards and blah, blah, blah. And, the light sticks. Like, you just don't get it, man. And he finally watched them after we graduated high school. And like, he was just all over the place because he just wanted to like completely engross himself in everything Star Wars. And we're like, see? Like, you've been picking on us for like 6 years.
Yeah, and it is fascinating because the cliques kind of started to die off, at least towards my end of high school. We didn't have as many cliques. Everyone got along with everybody. And Star Wars was synonymous with everyone getting along. And there was no more of the super nerd effect and all of that. There was an entire cultural phenomenon shift through the storytelling. And every time a new series has come out, there has been something that has changed. And it's fun to see. It's fun to see a lot of growth.
I mean, just the fact that you're describing it as space wizards, like that sounds cool to me. I'm that kind of nerd. You just said space wizards and you're trying to dog it. That just gives it a thumbs up for me.
And light swords. Let's
light
do this.
swords.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make you guys pick your favorite Star Wars child here. Like, what's your favorite entry in the Star Wars universe? Let's start with you, Case.
Well, for me, I really go back and forth on this. It's 100% a mood thing. So whenever I get this question, I really like right now, Rogue One, I think is so phenomenally good overall as a movie choice. And the story that's told. I'm like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
But you don't have that movie without Episode 4. So I go back to my favorite is Episode 4. That's my baby.
Yeah.
I mean, Empire's always going to be my favorite. Empire will never change. That movie is just, everything about it is fantastic. It's not even perfect. It's just fantastic. Just drama, everything around it. You have a love story. You have father versus son. You have the mentor and Yoda being introduced and the training process. You have Lando. I mean, come on, it's Lando, people.
Bespin is awesome. First time you get to see another world like that.
Oh, so as far as the movies go, the Holy Trilogy will always be my favorite, and Empire will always be my number one.
Nice. What do you think about what the Mandalorian has kind of done to maybe revive maybe some of the older fans like passion and love for Star Wars that may have been lost upon the sequel trilogies?
If I could take this one for a sec,
Sure.
I would say true fans, even if you didn't like the new trilogy, they were never lost on Star Wars. So the Mandalorian coming back was just like, hey, it's a return to familiar and it feels good. But if anybody, it was the haters that was like, oh, it's Star Wars again. It's like, it's always been Star Wars. Star Wars is for kids.
Yeah.
You just forget, like, it's always been for kids. That's why we latched on to the original trilogy. That's why, kids around the time of the prequels love the prequels. That's why kids now love the new trilogy. That's who it's for. And the Mandalorian was clearly made for the old school fans.
Mm-hmm.
We've always loved it.
Yeah, there's a subtlety and simplicity to all of Star Wars because it is a simple hero's journey. It's a simple tale, but it's so exciting, and you love the characters and the world building and what they create and the sort of these different segments of societies that how do they work? How do they function? How is this a republic? They do a fantastic job with a lot of that. But that's the thing, is it's a kid's movie. So, at the end of the day, it's still, that's why Rogue One is great, because it's way more adult.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing that where it always stays with you and you get something new from the movies all the time, or even if it's not new, you see it in a different way because they're made for kids and they, kids latch onto them, but they're just like embedded with all these bigger elements that just carry on and on and on. And, the prequels got dogged because they were a little heavy on the politics.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I completely glazed past that because it did not register. My mind did not think like that. My mind thought about all the other cool shit that was happening in those movies.
A kid flying a starfighter was awesome.
Yeah.
My 9-year-old
racing.
My 9-year-old's favorite was what do you call it? Is Rise of Skywalker. He loves them all. He understands why they're all great in his opinion. Mm-hmm. As a 9-year-old, he watched all of them. But his favorite was Rise of Skywalker because I guess he just related to the action in it, that moment. Like, listen, I can tell you my favorite scene. I would want to say it's in the original trilogy, but let's face facts. It's one of the lightsaber duels from either Phantom Menace or from Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith, man. Yeah, it's a great lightsaber battle.
I bounce between Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith as far as like, where's the score? Where's the lightsaber battle?
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. But Mike, more to that point, with the Mandalorian and what it's done is, for me, it kind of filled in some holes and kind of gave us more world building. And I think anytime you're able to do that and do it really well, with a bunch of characters that are pretty well known in the universe.
Right.
That's pretty exciting. So opening that door for the older kids, basically, the kids got their movies. Now we get a cool story. So I think they've done a fantastic job with it, especially with filling a lot of plot holes and, kind of adding a little elements here and there.
And because Casey and I'm not sure if you guys were or not, but like Casey and I are children of Star Wars, where Shadows of the Empire was our continuation to Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And so we learned what the world was like after that war.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took it away, and then we've never seen it. And we've never seen it on screen or anything like that. So finally to see The Mandalorian and see what this world was like after the war and how it's being run and what happened to the stormtroopers and the rest of the Empire officials. I think it's very cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip of the Showboys podcast. If you like what you heard, please go check out the full episode on our YouTube channel or anywhere you find your podcast content. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, join the Showboys Discord, and if you want to support the podcast and what we do, sign up to become a patron today at patreon.com/showboyspodcast.